Does it ever get old?
Never gets old. It's great fighting in Boston. You know, it's just awesome. You know, we got so many crazy fans. I've had so many fights like before the UFC here, and I've had a couple in the UFC, but it's always great to come back home.
You've had 2 in the UFC, like you said. One went your way, one didn't.
Yep.
Last time we saw you in there was a long time ago. Michael Johnson, obviously not your night. How important is it for you to try to erase that memory? Is it anything that you're even thinking about, or?
Unrelated. Doesn't matter. I mean, the fight. We try to do some new things. We try to change some things, and it didn't work out. Like we tried to work on me not covering up so much and more slipping punches. Ate a huge left hand and just never recovered. You know, one punch set the entire tone of the fight. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect me. I'm like, oh, I can't lose. Like it's irrelevant.
And yesterday at the open workouts, you said you're taking this one fight at a time. Is it frustrating at all? You said that people were asking you quite often, oh, are you going to fight again? Are you done? Are you not? Is it tough to focus on a fight when you got that coming at you?
Not a big deal. I mean, I understand exactly what they're saying. You know, I'm 35 years old. I've had this is my 27th fight in the UFC. I've had a lot of fights. I've had a lot of memorable fights. You know, people remember. You know, there's been times that I've done great. There's been times I got beat up a little bit. And people remember that. You know, so no, but it's not a big deal. You know, I understand exactly why they think that and they question it. You know, I'm not. It's not a young man's game. You know, it's really not. Like, fighting is tough. And even on the best night, like, half the guys here train their butt off, and half of them are gonna lose. So it's a very highs to highs, lows to lows. It's a tough sport.
Joe, you have been involved with New England MMA. I mean, almost from the beginning. We keep seeing these rises in MMA in other areas, Russia, New Zealand right now, Africa. Obviously, some of the hotbeds have always been Florida and California. Where would you rank New England MMA in the talent compared to the rest of the world?
I think we've been there all along. You know, like, I think California was really big for jiu-jitsu. You know, there are a ton of Brazilians down in like Florida, and obviously Brazilian jiu-jitsu is such a big part of it. And it was, you know, Brazil was ahead of us, you know, with the sport. So, so there's been these hot pockets, but I think New England's been there from the start. You know, like, we've had a lot of really good guys going back to, you know, Kenny Florian and Mike Brown, and, you know, there's so many good people that have, you know, really set the trail, and, you know, everyone's just following now. We have really good deep talent pool there.
The UFC hasn't had a champion from New England since Tim Sylvia.
Yeah.
I mean, you're involved in this scene more than anybody. You know everybody. Who's your prediction for be the next guy to capture UFC gold from the area?
I think the two front runners, Calvin Kattar are up front. You know, they both train with us. They're both very, very good. They both do everything right. They train their butt off. They do all the right things. They take it serious. You know, they're both ranked, both in the top 10. They both have the best shot right now.
Kyle Bochniak talked about how Saturday sparring with you really helped crisp him up for this fight. What were those Saturday sparring sessions like with Kyle to get ready for this fight?
We try to kill each other. You know, we always try to get very specific with sparring partners, right? So I try to get someone that has a similar style, lefty righty. We try to get build, and sometimes it's tough to get the perfect match. But it just worked out, you know, well that, you know, Kyle for me for Kyle. It was good. You know, we try to kill each other. You know, like there were days I got the best of the rounds, the days he got the best of the rounds. You know. You know, but we're both good training partners. I think sometimes in the past, Kyle was a little bit of a maniac and like wasn't maybe the best training partner. Not looking out for his sparring partners the best. But in the last couple of years, he's been great. He's been so much better. I think he learned how to train. So it was great. Anytime I get around to Kyle, it was great.
You've been a part of some really cool stuff with the UFC. Obviously, fighting in Boston, you know, fighting at the Garden's a really cool thing. But having that open workout yesterday at Peter Welch's gym, a place where as soon as you walk in, you can just smell the work that's been done in there in front of all your fans. A lot of your teammates are out there. What was that moment like for you?
It was great. You know, I'm very familiar with Peter. He's been over there a bunch. Had a whole bunch of my guys there, you know, kind of mixed in. It was good, you know, like, you know, but we have such a good environment. Like, every Saturday morning at my gym, like, we got like all the best guys in the room. They all come to my gym on Saturday morning, so it's good. You know, it felt a lot like that. There's a lot of people because like Kyle and I will be sparring, so everyone's watching. You know, the gym, it doesn't shut down, but a lot of people get there early to watch all the sparring and stuff before. So it was like it felt just like being back in my home gym.
Joe, you've been out for about 18 months now. Are you worried about any rust or?
No, I mean I don't really. I think ring rust is true to a certain extent, but if you're having hard rounds in the gym, I don't think it really matters. Like I've had 26 fights in the UFC, this will be 27. The nerves is not going to get to me. Being in Boston is not going to get to me. All of the crowd going crazy is not going to get to me. I had a little bit of time off, but honestly, like it's a fight sport. You know, like you get beat up. You know, like time off I think is good in a lot of cases. You know, let your head rest a little bit, let your body rest. There's so many. It gets really tough. Like since I was 18, I pretty much always had a fight coming up. You know, so it's tough when you have fights coming up to rest injuries. You get little naggy things. Like it's not a big deal, but oh, my wrist is sore, my elbow's sore, my shoulder's sore, and it's stuff you can train through. But you know, you're not going to pull out a fight over it, but it's annoying. It's just tough to kind of, you know, get any time to really just sit back and rest a little bit. And that's what this was. It really gave me some good time to rest and heal up. You know, completely, we changed around a few things in my training camp, like having an additional striking coach, Jake Manini, work on a little bit more Muay Thai stuff. New strength and conditioning coach, Mike Perry, skill strength in Chelmsford, which, you know, that was like, you can't up your cardio, you can't get in better shape in a short amount of time, you know, so I needed the time to kind of just sit back and you know, rework things a little bit.
Looking at your Michael Johnson fight the last time we heard, I remember leading up to that, you had your, I think it was a Jamie Varner fight and then your Jim Miller fight.
Yep.
A lot was made into like you breaking that UFC bonus record or like taking the
Yep.
first place. Or did that play any factor? Those talks and maybe it got into you to put on another performance like that?
Not too much, you know, but like honestly, I like that I'm not the leader now. Like Cowboys, I think got 1 or 2 ahead of me. Like I'm not that is like a huge relief. It's not like I'm not trying to chase, you know, some record. You know, obviously getting a bonus is great. But I'm not like, and I wasn't really chasing it before, but just of course, like people want to hear, oh, it's gonna be an exciting fight. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fight of the night. It's gonna be this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but I'm not getting caught up in that. I don't care.
You haven't totally committed to whether this is your last fight or not. If it is your last fight, and you think back on your career, what would you say would be the most proud or the high moment? And then on the flip side, what was one of the probably your biggest disappointment?
Well, I think the biggest thing, if you go and Google image search me, like, what are you going to see for pictures? You're going to see pictures of me, like, covered in blood, having good fights.
Probably the scar.
Yeah, probably the scar. You know, I've had some good fights, but you also see some good pictures of me, like, you know, choking out Melvin Gillard and fighting Diego, and I stopped the fight against Gomi myself before the ref did. You know, like, there's been a lot of really, really good moments. It's tough to go and pick, like, one singular thing when I've had so many good fights. So, I don't know. I think people will remember, everyone's going to have something different, you know. I don't know.
When retirement talks start entering conversation, I think a lot of times people think about somebody getting beat up, having a fight where they lose and they retire. Is there any thought going into a fight at home, if you go out there and win, that this could be it?
I mean, for sure. I mean, since my first fight in the UFC, I thought it might be the last one. Like, I've never, like, I have a computer science degree. I definitely won't go back and use it now. You know, like, I'll keep going with my gym and stuff like that. But I have other options. I'm not stuck, you know? There are definitely worse ways to have your last fight than fighting at home in Boston and coming up with a good win, you know. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Like, that's not gonna be the singular thing. You know, I think a lot of people thought I was done after the last one, and maybe even me a little bit thinking I was maybe done. But it's just, I think it's like anything else. I'm not set on anything. You know, I'm gonna sit back and evaluate. I'm gonna wait till, you know, next week, and we'll think what's going on. We'll see how the fight went, and we'll make some decisions. Or maybe we won't make a decision. We'll kind of sit and we'll see. You know, I'm not pressed to have to fight. I don't have to fight. So it's not like I have to fight 3 times a year and I'm chomping at the bit, you know. Maybe I fight now, maybe I don't fight for another year, maybe I don't fight for a year and a half, like maybe I'm done, like who knows, you know. But I don't feel like I'm pressured to anything. I can do what I want. I can be able to pick on who I'm gonna fight, what I'm gonna fight, and what I'm gonna do.
And you said the doubt started to creep into your mind a little bit in between fights. What was it that turned it around, got you back motivated, got that fire going?
The big thing was that, so going into the last fight, I just felt like I was gonna win the fight. It wasn't that I slept on the kid, it wasn't that I you know, I didn't train hard. I trained super hard. I was ready to go. I was just super confident I was going to win the fight. And then we didn't win the fight. You know, and we were kind of saying, we were so confident, like, oh, if we can't win this fight, maybe we should be done. Or if we can't win this fight, we're definitely done. And then so then you lose the fight, and you're like, oh, well, it's like it's already been said. I already said I was done. You know, and I didn't really mean it. I didn't really believe it, but we said it. So it's like kind of, well, I kind of said it, but I didn't really mean it. So, you know, we'll see. Like I said, well, it's just take it one fight at a time.
You've talked about all your options. Obviously, coaching is a huge option, something you're already very successful in. But you've also always been a great interview. You ever thought about doing the broadcasting, the ESPN and all that?
I mean, I would love to do that stuff. I think I do a pretty good job at it. I think I'm pretty analytical. I think I do all right with it. The tough thing is just geographically. Like my wife's got a good job here in Boston. Like, you know, I have my gym. Like, it'd be tough to go and get away. You know, Kenny Flyer had moved to LA. You know, like there's ESPN's in Connecticut. You know, maybe there could be something. I would be open to, you know, options and seeing what's out there. But I don't know. We'll see.
Does anything in the sport surprise you anymore? Like, you talk to fighters, and fighters always say, oh, he's never fought somebody like me before. But at this point, does anything that anybody could bring to you, could that even remotely surprise you?
No, I mean, I think I've seen most things. You know, my opponent, I've had a very diverse set of opponents, so I've seen a lot of things in the cage, but I'm always paying attention to what other fights do. I'd say the biggest thing that surprised me is when, like, fighters make, like, super, like, stupid decisions, like, in training camp. That's the thing that always surprised me. Like, be someone doing something in training camp, and I'm like, why are they doing that? Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. You know, and then guys go out and win. So I'm like, I don't know. Like I think you know, sometimes I think things are supposed to be done a certain way, and I think that like, oh, this is like the accepted way, and then other people go like completely off the other side. Like, how are they doing that? It's so crazy. And then sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. But I'm more, you know, blown away by, you know, weird things like that.
Does that make you love and appreciate the sport even more, that there are things that could potentially surprise you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why everyone loves the sport, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. You know, you take every single one of you guys who are all educated, know what's going on, and you take a fight, you pick how it's going to fight, and someone's going to have a prediction, and everyone's going to think, oh, there's no way that's going to happen, and it can happen. It's just, it's so exciting. It's what's so great about the sport.
Joe, there's so many gyms in New England, but it seems like all the top guys in New England have some kind of connection to you, gravitate to you, go to those open Saturday workouts.
Yep.
What is your team doing so different that it's attracting guys from New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, everywhere?
My only goal is for guys to win. That's all I care about. I don't need them. Like they're all you know, saying Lauzon MMA nonstop, but I'm not asking them, I'm not making them do that. I'm not expecting that. I want them to win. You know, like so many other places, like they're like, oh, you're gonna come train with us, but you have to put our logo on your shorts. You have to do this. You're like, don't want that. I want everyone to come and make me better, make all my guys better. I want everyone to come together. I'm not trying to get anything from them. I'm not trying to take money from them. I just want them all to come and train and get better. And you know, I think it shows. You know, I think it shows because so many people are coming to train with us, and we just have great culture. I mean, everyone's there, good training partners. I don't allow anyone's a jerk. Don't want them in there. I'll tell them, hey, don't think it's right for you. I don't think you should come on Saturdays anymore. Because you get people that are just bad training partners sometimes. You know, you get one guy that's a bad training partner, and he hurts this person, hurts this person, hurts this person. Next thing you know, Calvin doesn't want to come, Rob doesn't want to come, Kyle doesn't want to come. Like all these guys don't want to come because you have one person that's being a jerk training partner. So like I think I'm hard, but I'm fair about stuff sometimes. Like if there's someone that's being a bad training partner, they're not going to come back.
You ready to name drop those jerks?
No. They're all good. Honestly, it's been such a long time since I had to kick anyone out and tell them they couldn't come.
So when you see someone like Colby Covington who pisses off all of his training partners, would he be staying at your gym?
No chance. I mean, like it would, and I don't care how good you are. It wouldn't matter. You could be a UFC champ. If you're being a jerk, it doesn't matter. You just ruin it for everyone else. Like that's not what I'm after. You know, we have all really, really good training partners, and everyone helps each other out. Like, you know, Rob Font, he has a fight coming up, helped me. He's doing sparring rounds with me. Like, you know, like sometimes I corner for Rob. Sometimes like I take kind of a coach's role with Rob. But this camp, he was my training partner. He sparred with me. He helped me work on things. You know, it's a really good environment. I guess that's a big thing.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Cool.
Thanks, Joe.
Good deal.